Good afternoon all. In this lab we are going to learn about the different kinds of loops that we are going to use to develop our Python programs for our upcoming experiments. You might have studied different loops in programming like in C, C++, Java and other programming language, and why we are using that loops in programming I think you people know. That's why I'm not going to that basic again. If someone forgot, please try to recollect that. Okay, so I am going to directly to the implementation part of loop in Python. We are basically focused on three loops. We are going to focus on three loops, that is if else loop, second one is for loop, and third one is while loop. We are going to use these three loops mainly in our upcoming programming. I am going to tell you about the use of these loops in Python programming with some basics examples in Jupyter Notebook. Let's see. So before starting with different type of loops, let me name this Python programming as loops in Python. Okay, so I just rename it. Okay. Now let's start with our first loop, that is if else loop. In this loop we are going to first study the if loop, when the only if is present. For that, let me first write the syntax for that loop. Okay, this is I am writing the syntax here. Okay. Okay, this is the syntax. Means the test expression here is the condition that we are going to give to our loop. If the condition is true, then only the corresponding statements in the loop is going to be executed. If the test expression is false from our starts, then the whole loop is going to be excluded in our programming. Okay, so for the execution of the statements here, we have to put a true condition here. I will tell elaborately in the coming example how actually this if loop is work in Python. Here you can see I provide some space here for the writing from the starting of the statements. This is called indentation, and this thing also I am going to tell you when I give you an example for your better understanding. Okay, let's start our example here. Okay, what I am going to do, I am give a number, let me take a number here, let it to be 10. Okay, so I'm going to give a condition. I'm starting the loop here. If my number is greater than 0, then putting it colon, then see, when I press enter here, the cursor is coming to here, not here, because this is the continuation of the loop, and this is called indentation. Okay, by this indentation only the loop continuation we can we know the loop is continuing now. When we see a big means a 2-page or 3-page program, to evaluate that, to know the which one is loop part or not, we may follow the indentation there. Okay, so okay, print the number is a positive number. See, I am now going out of the loop. How I will do that? I have to just break the indentation. So I am starting from here. Print out, or say I am out of the loop. Okay, let me give you another condition here. If is equal to, so no, not is equal to, is greater than or less than, let it to be less than 0, then here put the colon, then print the number is a negative okay, so let me run this. Shift enter. See, 10 is a positive number and I am out of loop. Suppose I am changing the number here to -10. Let me show you. Because I am giving this prior to this one, it will be printed I am out of loop first, then -10 is a negative number. So in this way we are going to use the if statement or if loop in our Python programming. We see how the if loop is work. Now let's see how if else loop is work in Python. For that, let me type the syntax first. Okay, syntax is similar to that of if loop. We only going to add the else part in this. So if, then the test expression, same, then the body of if, or you may write statements. Then here else. So I forgot here the colon here. We have to put colon here. Okay. Then if not, then else. Put colon. Enter. Here also indentation is required. So then statements. Okay. Like the if loop, if the test expression is true, then this statement and the these statements are going to be executed. If it false, then the loop will come to else part and the statements over here is going to be executed. Okay. In if loop there is no such provision there. If the test expression is false, then the loop will end. But in if else loop, if the test expression is false, then the else part is going to be executed. Now let's see an example for this. Okay, I'm going to write example. Program to check whether a number is positive or 0. For that, let me define a variable number here is equal to, let it to be, I am first taking a positive number, let it to be 10 like previous. Now I am writing the looping part here. I am state if the number number is greater than or is equal to 0, then press colon, then enter, print number comma is a positive integer. Okay, I'm writing the else part, that's why I'm coming here, and else put colon, enter, print is not a positive number. Well, it's not a positive integer. Let me run it. See, 10 is a positive integer. If I give suppose minus 10 is not a positive integer. Suppose I am giving 0 here. See, 0 is a positive integer. It is showing 0 is a positive integer. If else loop is done. Now let's see for if else loop how this loop is actually create in Python. For that, let me write the syntax here. Syntax for if else if else loop. This is the short form of else if. Okay, so if the test expression then the sorry, I'm again forgetting that colon. Don't forget this. If you are forgetting the colon, then it will not consider as a loop, so be careful there. So here the statements, then enter, then else if block will start here. Here also we are going to give a condition. That's the only difference between the if and else if loop. I'm going to tell you in details. So let me write first the syntax. Here also put colon, then enter. Then our else block. Statements. Okay, like if else here, what is the demerits of that if else is that we only check one condition there. For checking a multiple condition in a loop, we are going to use if else loop. If the test expression here given in the if block is true, then these statements are going to be executed. If it is false, then it is the program the it will start the program will check from the condition from if else block, and if it is find true or true, then it will execute these statements. Means what? If the one condition is false in first in if block, then the second condition we are going to supply here in else if block, and we are going to give the statements over here. If both the condition are going to false, then else part is going to be executed. Okay, in a if else loop, we can use multiple else if block, but we have only one else block in if else loop. Okay, in every in if else also there is only one else block. Okay, but in this loop we have we can put multiple condition in multiple else if block for writing a program. So let's see a example here. Similar kind of example I am going to use to check whether a number is positive or negative or zero. Same programming. So I am writing here. Let me copy it as I am writing. Program for check whether a number is positive, negative or zero. Let me start. Number is equal to, let it be 10 like others, if number is greater than 0, put colon, print positive number is positive number. Let me write it properly. Is positive number and give a number here. Okay, so enter. I'm going to write the if else if block here. Else if, then condition you supply here. If number is equal to 0, condition is this one, then print number is 0. Okay, then the else block will start here. So colon here, then print number is negative number. Okay, let me execute it. Shift enter. Okay, some some error has occurred. Let me check it first. Okay, I got it. What's the error actually? See, indentation error. If you are not writing in a proper way, we have to see whether the indentation is continuing or not. Okay, that's why I'm from starting I tell that if the indentation is not correct, then it will throw an error. So see, indentation level is here is the error. I have to here see. Let me. Okay, there is no problem with it. Okay, let me run it now. 10 is a positive number. If I suppose I give here 0, 0, 0, let it to be, I'm giving here the value be minus 10. Let's check it. Minus 10 is a negative number. In this way we are going to use the if else loop in our Python programming. Be careful about our indentation. I already show how this error will come. This error we have to be careful about the indentation. By turning of color here, you can see if the indentation is not right. See here, red is coming here. So if the indentation is correct, then see the starting of a loop will always be in green in Jupyter notebook. So be careful with that. Okay, now let's learn okay, it's not coming. Okay, now let's learn how to write a program in nested if loop. Okay, we are going to write a program. I am not writing syntax for that. Nested if means in a if loop or if else loop, we are going to put another if else loop inside that is nested loop. Okay, I think you people knows that. So I am going to directly to an example for that. Let me write an example of nested loop. Same thing, same program I'm going to write with a, let me copy it from here, the same program only. Okay, so I'm declaring a variable here is equal to, let it to be 10. Okay, if it's equal to, not sorry, is greater than 0, we may put greater than is equal to is better, greater than equal to 0, then if number is equal to 0, mark here the indentation how it is actually going. Okay, here for this loop this is the indentation, and for this loop this is the indentation part. Okay, is equal to 0, print number 0. Okay, else for this loop, else print number is positive number. Okay, so see this for, inside a if loop I am writing another if loop. Okay, so it's called nested if loop. So let me write for this if loop, let me write the else print is negative number. Okay, let me run it, shift enter, then is a positive number. See, this part, else part is get executed. Okay, because this condition is not true here, number is not is equal to 0, so this part, this statement is not going to execute here. In this loop this else statement gets executed. Let me try with 0 here. See, it's 0. Let me try with -1 here, so -10. Okay, let me run. It's a negative number. See, the same program can be written in different way with different loop of if else condition, with different conditions over there. Okay, now let's start with for loop. How we are going to use for loop in Python. Okay, so let me write the syntax for the for loop. Okay, syntax tags for loop, like this. Okay, so the syntax is like this: for variable in sequence, then colon, here also indentation part will come. Okay, so here the statements, or we may say body of for loop, body parts, body of for loop. Okay, what is sequence? Here sequence, we can use the sequence as a list, as a tuple, or as a string also. I will tell you how we are going to make a sequence, and using range function for making a list, and uh, the string, how to make string I will tell you later on. And for variable in sequence means that the that variable it's going to take the value of item inside the sequence on each iteration. Means in every iteration the value of the sequence is going to allocate to the variable over there. Okay, let me give an example for loop, a simple example I'm going to give you. Okay, so first let me define a variable, a list. Okay, I'm going to first using a list. Okay, list to be list is equal to, suppose 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, this is the list of number. This is a list. Okay, list. Okay, okay, then to be capital S is equal to be 0. What I am going to do is I am going to find out the sum of the item present in this list. So for that I am going to use the for loop. So let me define it. For I in list. Okay, this is the sequence. Okay, this is the list here. It carries all the values over all the values of this list. Okay, and it will going to allocate this numbers to I. So colon that S is equal to S plus my list. Okay, print sum of all items, all items of the list is okay. See, what I did was I just initialize a let me write it here. It's better. Variable to store sum of item. Okay, so let me run it. Okay, a mistake here. I make a mistake here, so let me delete here. This must be I here, so that's why it's showing some error. the sum of the items in the list is 60. Okay, you can verify from here. So like that we are going to implement for loop in our Python programming. Okay, there are many functions that we are going to use in for loop, like range, okay, then length. These are some functions which are readily available in Python, and we are going to call it when we need such such thing for our programming. Suppose I am writing here range, to give some idea about range 10, not range 10 only, I have to assign it to some. Suppose a is equal to range 10, and I am going to print it. So a, let me execute that. So okay, for printing the range I have to write like this. If I write print over here, it can be print also. Print, to check it, no. Okay, so I write like this, print list. I have to make a list of range then 15, let it. Okay, so let's check. See, if I, this means it will create a list of range 15, means this 15 is not actually it is starting from 0 here, and it will end here in 14. Okay, I can write like this also, print, same thing, let it to be, let me copy it from here. In another way we can use the range function. Okay, it's not copy, let me tell you that. Range, okay, starting is mine 1, comma, ending is 20, then increment of 2. See what it actually did was, see, this is the starting one, okay, starting value, next one is your end value, and this is my increment. Okay, I can put here minus value, negative value also. It depends on you how you are going to make a list. So see, like this we can have a list of number for our for loop. We are going to use this in the for loop. Okay, so let me give you an example for this. Okay, let me give you an example by using range function. So let me write a program here for x, so for I in range me run it. See, this is the use of range here, so it will generate the same list here. Okay, now we are going to use let me give a comment here. And here using range function in for loop. Okay, so we use range here. Let's use a list. Okay, for that let me give a let me copy it. String, we are going to use string in the for loop here. So for that let me initialize a let me give a variable here. Subject, let it to be is equal to be PSP, then I'm going to give here that then biomedical instrumentation, let it be BMI, then anatomy, or may put okay anatomy and physiology. Okay, so for I in range again I am using the length function here of subject, okay, print, what I am going to print is I like run it. Okay, some error is there. Okay, I have to put here square bracket. Okay, then run it. See, in this way we are going to use the range and length function simultaneously for a for loop in Python. Okay, now let's write a program where we are going to use a if loop inside a for loop. Okay, try to understand this. So simple program for showing mark of students. Okay, so let me prepare a list first. Okay, okay, subset mark is equal to let it to be, sorry, wrong, 90 88 96. So I prepare a list here. Okay, so let me write a for loop for mark if. Okay, I forget to give a name here. Let me give a name, student name, student equal to be wrong. If student, break, then break, else, print, no such student present in class. Okay, let me run it first. Okay, something is, I make a mistake here by assigning equals to here, that's why error is coming. So to put colon here. Okay, now run it. See, it's showing the mark of Ram here. So let me change the name to Pinto here. So see, and let give me a random name. Pinted it to be. See, no such student present in the class. So like this, we can use a if loop inside a for loop, and here see a break statement. Break statement is used here. This helps in executing. If the conditions are not true, then the else part is going to be executed by using this break statement here. Okay, this is all about the for loop. The syntax for while loop I am writing here. Syntax for while loop. While the test expression then colon and the statements here. This is the syntax of while loop. So when we are actually going to use while loop, we generally use this loop, the while loop, when we don't know about the number of time to iterates beforehand. In that condition we are using while loop. It iterates over a block of code as long as the text expression is true. Okay, so let me show you in an example here. I am going to write a program to sum to add n natural number. For that, let me take input from the user. In this program I will show how to take input from the user. Number is equal to input enter a number. Okay, here int means we have to enter a integer. Otherwise, if we enter a float also, it get converted into integer. Okay, then the capital S or sum is equal to 0 and the counter, to use a counter here, is equal to 0. So initialization. So this is also initialization, this is also initialization. Okay, then okay, let it to be not 0, we are using natural number, so to be 1 here. Okay, while my while loop starts here, while counter less than or is equal to number, then sum is equal to sum plus counter. Okay, then counter is equal to plus 1. Here you are updating the counter here. Update counter. Okay, then print loop is over here, so indentation is not there, so the sum is okay. so I am giving 10. Let's see, the sum is 55. Okay, so you can change the number also. Let me try it again whether it is working or not. Okay, let it be 45. No, 45 is little bit difficult to be 11, so it must be 66. Let's try, see. So in this way we are going to use while loop in the Python. Okay, this loop will iterate till the condition is true here. Once the condition gets false, it will come to this and show you the result. Okay, now let's see how break and continue statement are used inside a loop. Although we have already shown already see that how to use that break statement here in this program. Let's see again how actually break and continue statement is used inside a loop. Okay, for that I am directly write a program here, that is a simple program. Let me write it. Okay, program to show the use of continue. First let it be continue statement inside a loop. Okay, so that let me use for loop here. For where in to be nitrkl. Okay, if that variable is equal to r, then continue and print var. Okay, let's see what's the output, then I will tell what continue actually does in a inside a program. So I am just I just run the code here by pressing shift enter. See, nit r is not present, means what actually continue is did here is for variable is equal to r, it first check n, it's not is equal to r, then continue, then I, then t. When it see r, it's actually satisfying the condition, it will again continue, it will not print it. Okay, when it is the condition here, condition is false, it will print it. When it is true, it will come to continue, and again the print is not there, the print option print command will not execute there. So let me try it with break statement here. Can get a clear picture how actually the continue and break statement are being used in a inside a program. So let me replace with break here. Okay, so I'm just something. Okay, just exile. Okay, let me run it now. See, it checking first n, it's false, so it's printing it. Okay, then I, it's false again, then it's printing I here. When then T also like that, when R is coming, its condition become true and it's break the loop here. So it will not executing, the loop is not going to execute further. If I write like this, it will going to execute. Write print, let it to be end of loop by break. Break statement. Okay, let me execute this. See, this will execute it because it is not inside the loop, it is just outside the loop. That's why this is going to execute, but this print is not going to execute. It's not executed because it's inside the loop, and we are using break statement here, so it will break the loop. Okay, now we are going to see matrix manipulation. In this we are going to study four concepts. First one, reshaping of matrices. Second is appending a row or a column in a matrix, and third one is deleting a row or a column of a matrix, and fourth one is concatenation of a matrix. For that, let me go to a new, let me create a new program here. Okay, let me rename it as matrix manipulation. Okay, in this we are going to study four things. That first one is to that reshaping of matrix, reshaping of matrices. Then second one is appending a row or column to a matrix, and third one deleting a row or column of a matrix then fourth one is concatenation of a matrix. Concatenation of a matrix. Okay, these four concept we are going to study now. So let's start with first one, that reshaping of matrices. Okay, reshaping means we are going to change its size, its shape. Okay, so for that let me start here. I am going to write a simple example here how you are going to actually reshape a matrix. So I am importing the library, the numpy library here. Import numpy as np. Okay, then let me assign a variable m1 matrix 1 is equal to we are going to generate a matrix here by using numpy. So I am writing the code for that. np dot matrix. So we are generating. Okay, so I am giving 10 comma 1, then the second row will be 1 comma 10. Okay, so I create here a 2 cross 2 matrix. So then proceed further, then let me print it. Print the original matrix is string. I have to convert that matrix to string for printing, so I am using the string command here. So that is m1. Okay, sorry, m1. Okay, so next enter. Now I am going to reshape the matrix, and I am going to store it in m is equal to np dot. For that, for reshaping a matrix, we are using a statement reshape here, resize. So I am writing that resize, then the original matrix that I have stored in m1. So this one m1, then we have to give in which size we are going to resize it. Suppose I am going to make it a 1 cross 4 matrix, means 1 row 4 column, because it has actually 4 elements, that's why I am taking. So let it try with that. Okay, 1 comma 4. then print the recept matrix is string type. Let me check it once. Okay, let me run it. See, the original matrix is this one. It is a 2 cross 2 matrix, 10 1 1 10. When I recept it, it becomes a 1 cross 4 matrix. Like that we can change the shape of a matrix using this statement resize for any kind of matrix reshaping. You can try here with other example, like suppose let's say 2 cross 2, let it to be, make it a 3 cross 2 matrix, and 3 cross 2, and we are going to reshape it. Let me try it here. To be 9, 9. It's become a 3 cross 2 matrix now. So I'm going to reshape it as okay. Two cross 3. Let me try this. Okay. See, this is a 3 okay, 3 rows 2 columns, so 3 cross 2 matrix, original one, and the recept matrix is a 2 cross 3 matrix. In this way we are going to reshape a matrix. I think it is clear to everyone. So I am going to next one, that is appending a row or a column in to a matrix. So for that, let me write it. First I am going to append a row to a matrix. Just go here to save some time. So appending row to a matrix. So here also same. I have to import the NumPy library, but as I already import once, so I don't need to again write import NumPy as np, because that library is already imported to Python. So I'm not writing that one again, but if you are confusing, you can write the import part also. Let me write it again. Okay, import NumPy as np let me declare a matrix, say m1 is equal to same. I have to first create a matrix. For that what do I have to do is np dot matrix. So I do that. After that, okay, so I'm going to create a 3 cross 3 matrix now. So for that, 1 comma 2 comma 3 colon 4 comma 5 comma 6 Okay, then okay, so I create a matrix over here, that is M1. Then let me print it. Print the initial matrix is that is my M1. So M1. Okay, so I just print it. Okay, after that I have to do what I am going to do, adding a row here. So for that we have to use the B stack. Let me write it, then it is better. So let it to be my result, RAS result is equal to np dot bstack, bstack. Okay, this is a statement which helps in adding a row into a matrix. So okay, I have to initialize, I have to give a vector, and let it to be m. I have to assign a vector m also, that is np dot matrix, that this row I am going to append to the existing matrix. So I am writing here okay, 10 comma 11 2. Okay, so this row I am going to append to the existing M1 matrix. So for that, okay, so for that RS result it dot be stack. So now what I have to do is my original one is M1, that is M1 comma, and which one I am going to append each F. Okay, so I am writing that. So this is the actually sequence. First one is the existing matrix, and the second after comma we have to put the new row that we are going to add in the existing one. So next, okay, so let me print it, then print matrix after addition, after appending row is which one? This one. So put convert it into string, that is my result. In result it is res, so res store. So let me check it once again. Yes, right. Okay, let me run it. Shift enter. See, the initial matrix is 1 2 3 4 4 5 6 7 8, and the matrix after appending rows, So we append these rows, that is 10 comma 11 comma 12, so it's get added to row in the existing matrix. Now let's append a column over here. Same thing, but we have to just make small modification in the program. So same matrix I'm going to take it, so I'll just copy it from here to save some time. I'm not writing that one. Okay, so you people just write it again for your practice. So okay, after that same I'm going to create another matrix, that is m, at np dot matrix. Here I'm going to give 1 comma 1. Okay, okay, it's I am going to append in column, so just change it first. Appending a column to a matrix. So as I am going to append a column, so I have to write here 3 column, but this is not right that I am writing, so let me write it correctly. Okay, so this is 1 column, next is 1, next is 1, close it. No, this is not right. I have to put it here. Close bracket. I think now it is right. Okay, I just create 3 column here so that I can append these values to the existing matrix in column. Okay, okay, so same res result is equal to np dot, here we are going to use the statement column stack. Okay, so lu column, then underscore stack. Okay, so my original one is m1 comma, and the that I am going to updating is stored in m, so I just write it there. Next, print matrix after appending column. Is string my result res. Okay, so let me check it once again. This is my original matrix. Okay, and let me run it then. Okay, something error has occurred. Let me check it. Okay, I forgot to give a bracket here, that's why it's showing error there that time. So let me change it. Okay, let me run it then. See, the initial matrix is this one, and the matrix after appending a column is this one. We given this 1 1 1 to append in the existing matrix, and it gets appended in the existing matrix. Like this we are going to append a row or a column in a existing matrix. Okay, let me go to the third concept now, that is deleting a row or a, let me copy it from here. Let me go for first deleting a row, then we will see how to delete a column also of a matrix. Okay, okay, so same, I have to import numpy as np, then let me define a matrix m1 like others, is equal to np dot matrix okay 1 comma 2 comma 3 colon 1 comma 6, then next row is 7 8, okay. I just created a 3x3 matrix over here like others example. So then let me print it, and the original matrix is m1. Okay, so now I'm going to delete a row here, so let me define another variable to be r delete, that I am writing del here, is equal to np dot, so here the statement is delete. Okay, to delete a row or column we are going to use the statement delete in Python, so I'm using that delete I'm going to give the condition here that which one I have actually going to delete. So from my file, my variable m1 I'm going to delete. So first that one m1 comma, okay, I'm going to delete a row. So for row we have to specify axis is equal to 0. If we want to delete a column, we have to specify axis as 1, and for deleting a row we have to specify axis as 0. Okay, so let me print it. Matrix after deleting matrix after deleting the last row. So that is string okay. Let me clarify you again that this dot delete in numpy is going to delete the last row only. Okay, so let's see how actually it's working or not. So run it. So error has come here, delete. So let me check. Okay, sorry, I actually forgot that thing, that we can specify that which row we are going to delete it here. That's why this error is coming, that delete dispatcher missing one required optional argument. One argument is missing here. I actually forgot that thing, so pardon. So let me specify that I am going to delete first. Okay, so now let's run it. See, this is my original matrix 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Okay, and indexing is always started from 0 in Python. So this one index, the row index, if we consider is 0, then this is 1 and this is 2. See, I am deleting the index 1 row of the of this matrix. So see, this is the 0th index and this is the second index, but the one index row is not present, means it is deleted. We delete the index 1 row in this matrix. Let's try with index 2 whether it is happening or not. 2, see, let's get delete. Okay, so this is for deleting a row. Now let's see how we are going to delete a column of a matrix. Okay, for that I have to make a small change here, so I'm just copying it. You people just write it. Okay, so don't copy and paste it. If you are going to write it, then it's a practice for you. So for saving some time, I am just copying it because the code is almost same. So what I have to do here is I have to make the axis as 1 to delete a column. Okay, so I'm going to delete the second column. Let's see. Let me change the comment here, the column of matrix. Deleting a column of a matrix, and after deleting the, not last actually, deleting the column. Okay, so here also I have to make change, not last, it's not actually deleting the last row. Okay, so I just run it. Let me run it for the column here. See, this is my original one, original matrix 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, and after deleting the second or index 2 column, which one is this one, 3 6 and 9. See, my matrix is 1 4 7 2 5 8. Okay, so let me try with the 0th index here and see whether it is deleting or not. See, my 0th index is this one, 1, then 4, then 7. So after deleting the column, this column is get deleted and rest of the column is as such. So this is all about how to delete and delete a row or a column in a matrix. Now let's move ahead to the our next concept, that is concatenation of a matrix. Okay, it is an interesting concept. Let's see when how actually concatenation is done using Python in Jupyter. Let's see. So just writing here concatenation. Okay, so okay, similar to other operations like deleting, we get delete, we know that we can delete a row either row wise or column wise. Like that, concatenation is also we can also do in both row wise or column wise manner. So let's see first for row wise how we are going to concatenate a matrix. So let me show you, let me give you a small example over here. For that I have to define two matrix. So this m1 is equal to, so I have to import first, import, let me show you without importing also. Yeah, it will give you a better thing. That let me, that we are going to use without importing, because we already import numpy many times. So if you import only once and you are not importing in next cell, so it will not give you an error. Let me show you that thing. So I am not importing now. Okay, I am directly using that numpy library here. One is equal to np dot matrix okay, so 1 comma 2 3, then sorry 4 comma 4 comma 5, then it to be 5 comma 6 7. Okay, I declare a matrix here, that is m1 let me declare another matrix. M2 is equal to np dot matrix. Okay, so comma 2, then next row is 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, what I am going to do is I am going to concatenate these two matrix. See, this is a 3 cross 3 matrix and this is a 2 cross 3 matrix. I am going to concatenate these two matrix. So how I am going to do this? Let me write the code. It's very simple. Direct np dot see which statement we are going to use after a numpy, that is this np, actually numpy library, because I already declare is importing that numpy library as a np here. So np dot, if you press tab, see I press tab here, okay, it will show a list of statement that we are able to use here with numpy array. So I'm see here we are going to use concatenate, so it must be there. So let me check it for your better understanding. Concatenate, see here concatenate is here. So after writing np dot, if you press tab here, so you will get the list of statement that you able to use over here. Okay, so I'm going to concatenate this. So okay, so this one, which one, m1 comma and m2, these two are going to be concatenated. So I'm writing here and comma, I have to specify the axis. As I told you earlier that axis 0 implies that it will going to add in row wise manner. Okay, so let's see, let's execute it, shift enter. Okay, some error occurred here. So here m1, okay, I just mistype here, so that is dot. Okay, let me run it now. See the two matrix get concatenated, and this is the first one, then this is the m2 matrix. Okay, like this we can also do it for row wise manner. Let me tell you that thing also with a small example. Okay, so let me copy it from here. See, I didn't use numpy, I didn't import it actually here, because in this setup program, in this matrix manipulation file, I already import numpy many times. If you import one time also, it will not show you any error. So by importing a library once, you can use that library in the entire file. Okay, so let me do it for column wise manner. So I just copy it, you just write it. Okay, so for doing concatenation in row wise column wise manner, what I have to do is I have to only replace the axis over here, that is 1. Okay, Let me check it again. Some error is coming. It is np concatenated access 1. What happened here? Let me check it out. Okay, the error is due to this one, because I am doing the column wise manner, column wise concatenation, so I am giving here a wrong dimension, so I have to change it. I have to put it in a column wise manner. I already did it once, so okay, then colon, then this one, and colon. Let me try it with first this thing. Okay, whether it is running or not. Okay, see, it will add a column over here. Okay, that corresponding to the M2 matrix, means these two matrices get concatenated. Okay, let me give the same here, that is whether it is accepting or not. Let me check it. 3 colon 3 then 3. Okay, let me run it. Okay, it will give a error because the size is 6 here. Okay, we have to match the size also, so it makes error. So let me delete it then. Okay, so see, we have to match the size of the two matrix such that it will got concatenated. Okay, I think all the concept of matrix manipulation is clear to you, and okay.